over here to talk to you about the devastating loss to the Bears last night. It was the Bills game all over again. Just horrible game. Like, where do you begin? Like, Dak and Zeke both said you can't put a finger on it because there's too many things. I mean, the players aren't playing. They're not playing for Jason. They're not playing for Jason Garrett anymore. They're just out there. They have no idea what's going on. There's a lot to go over. Let's first talk about special teams and Maher and how he's okay with how he played last night.
I mainly knew the special teams and Maher, and what he said was wrong last night. Because he said something about he could sleep on his head with his pillow or something like that, fine or whatever. The guy sucks. He's missed how many kicks this season?
10. He's missed 10 this season. He's the number one and
he
missed.
He kicked that ball out of bounds. I think when we cut the lead to 7
to the 40-yard line.
You know, the guy is just horrible, and we're holding on to him. It's time to let him go. Let's bring in a new kicker in here. But let's talk about the bigger thing that we saw last night, the bigger picture. Did the Cowboys even show up to that game after the first drive?
No.
Where were the Dallas Cowboys last night?
It was the same thing they did last week. They had the one good drive, and then that's it. They implode. They don't do anything after that.
I've seen this before, and it happened with Wade Phillips, and it's when Jason Garrett had taken over, when the team had given up on their coach, and they're playing a certain way with no energy, a lack of urgency. And that's what the Cowboys were last night and against the Bills. This team is completely given up on Jason Garrett and his coaching staff.
Yep.
They have lost the team. Those 3 and outs. Last night was horrible. Dak. Let's get to, I know we're gonna attack the coaching staff, but let's get to some player performance last night. Dak did not look good at all. This is 2 weeks in a row where Dak, or 3 we can count the Patriots game. Dak has not looked well. That MVP candidate performance that we were seeing before the first couple of weeks of the season is gone.
Do you think
and
he's just trying to do everything on his own?
I think
he's
Dak,
trying to do something.
I think
to help?
he's in a situation here where he's just stalling. I think it's fluctuating right now. The team has issues. We've got bigger issues than Dak. Everybody was complaining this year about Zeke. Zeke's doing. Oh, he did okay. He did okay last night.
Yeah.
He started off pretty hot, but we had to go away from him because all the 3 and outs and the 24 unanswered points giving up our defense.
We're down 7-24.
Okay. Our Amari Cooper again does not show up on the road. We had a problem with that. Gallup had an okay game. You know, he played pretty well. Kyle for most of the night was missing. I love seeing Blake Jarwin in the game.
That was a big
fans have been calling out for that all season. We've been calling for Blake.
Yep.
And we finally thrown him.
Got him in.
Now that's the offensive side of the ball. We stunk it up. Other than Zeke's first drive, we stunk it up.
We couldn't get anything going, and the communication.
I mean, that throw to Alawali out of the backfield on that 3rd and 5 or whatever it was, 3rd and 4, and he had Carl coming over the middle. I think there's so many weapons, and you decide to throw the ball to Alawali in the game like that. Like, that just blows my mind right there.
And he doesn't know that it's coming to him. He doesn't even
recognize
what's
How
going
is this team
on.
prepared for a ball game?
How do you not know what the plays are? How are you not prepared to do this? And then Dak forcing some balls and the receivers.
He missed a lot of guys last night. He missed a lot of throws.
And the receivers not catching. I mean, Michael Gallup had that nice. He would have had that nice catch, but it bobbled in his hand. Like, there's no like communication. There's no cohesiveness. Like,
we're not having the energy.
And
if you saw Jason Garrett's face last night,
yep.
He looked like a zombie. He looked lost. And that's what the Cowboys are right now. We're lost. We're an example of our head coach. He has no passion. He won't gather his guys or do anything.
He's not rallying.
He's lost the team. Jason Garrett will be gone after the season. I'm torn right now on what I want us to do going forward. I always want the Cowboys to get into the playoffs.
Yes.
But I just don't want us going in there and winning a game at home against a big team, maybe like the 49ers or Seahawks.
Jason
and then Jerry is like, giving Jerry Jones a reason to be like, Jason Garrett's going to be our head coach going forward. No, I do not want that. No. So I am torn right now. But getting back to last night's game, let's get to, we did the offensive side of the ball where they stunk it up.
The defense. The defense just 24 unanswered points. Like, It's just mind-blowing how they've played, how we had 2 takeaways. We haven't had much takeaways this whole season, and we finally had 2 takeaways.
It was 5 games, we didn't have a takeaway in.
And we had 2 takeaways, and yet we still played horrible. We still played horrible. And what still bothers me, and I every time we talk about it, even last night, like DeMarcus Lawrence on Trubisky's touchdown run, ran the other way. It was him, his man, he should have stopped Trubisky, but instead he fell for the play action. He went with the running back, and Trubisky ran. And he's supposed to be our $90 million defensive end, and he can't do anything.
You know the team is not coached well when you know Trubisky's a running quarterback, and no team had allowed him to, had given him those running lanes. And we knew going into the game, the Cowboys knew, or I don't know, they didn't know, because their coaching staff is so stupid, that Trubisky's a running quarterback. Let's prepare. Let's keep a spy somewhere on him. The guy was shredding us. He looked like, and it was funny because Twitter was talking about it. We were making fun of him early in the week. We were saying that our defense is going to make him look like Joe Montana. I tweeted that. And we made him look like Lamar Jackson / Joe Montana last night. That defense is so embarrassing.
He had a little over 60 yards running. Zeke had 80. And Zeke is a running back.
Joke.
So what does that tell you about the defense? That if they're allowing him to run that much, 10 rushes for 60-something yards and a touchdown, he put up a running back number stats.
The defense for 2 weeks in a row. I don't know what happened to the Hot Boys. I don't know where they're at. Probably, I don't know, they're somewhere. They're not on the field on game day.
They're not.
But we paid D-Law $90 million to be disruptive. I know a lot of fans are always saying, oh, he is being disruptive. We don't see it. I don't see it. Not no $90 million play.
No.
We don't see it on the field. Jalen Smith, we paid him a contract early in the year. We thought he was promising. We've seen some splash out of him, but he looks like he's running with weights on his feet, and he's missing tackles. Xavier Woods was horrible. All around defensive performance, just bad defense. I don't know what Chris Richard and Marinelli have done this season, but
from last season to this season, it's
been a disappointment. We thought this team, our defense was great last year. We had a top 5 defense, and we thought that this would carry on. We thought that Van Der Esch and Jalen would carry us at the linebacking core and be the leaders and take care of the defense. You know, Van Der Esch got hurt, but he wasn't playing that well. He wasn't playing that well.
And Shanley hasn't been playing that well. I mean, there was a point where he could have sacked Trubisky, but instead he just stood there and watched him.
Sean Lee's, remember, he's a veteran player. He came back and took a pay cut just to, kind of be a coach / player. But the defense disappointed us. That Bears team is not good.
No.
But we made them look like world beaters last night because our defense did not show up. We were getting whooped at the offensive line of scrimmage. The back end of our defense was weak. We're missing tackles. The Cowboys are a lost team right now, and it's just frustration for the fans because this is not what the Cowboys were built on. This is not why we're fans. We're fans of the Cowboys because we're winners. We're proven winners from decades. And it sucks now because we're at a standstill where we could have made a change 5 years ago. When we stuck with Jason Garrett, we found out what he was. He had one great season in 14, and he had a good season in Dak's rookie season in 16. But other than that, we've been mediocre, and the fan base knows it. It's like Jerry Jones loves him some Jason Garrett. Well, it's time for him to go, man, because the guy's a loser. And the fan, like I said, the fan base is giving up on him, and it's time to make a change. It might not happen right now. It's going to happen in the offseason. But like I said, I'm torn.
Definitely going to happen in the offseason, and Aikman said it. If Jason Garrett was to even get fired today, there's nobody in that organization that could replace him.
That's another thing.
There's nobody that could.
Who's going to give it to Chris Richard? Chris Richard's defenses look like shit.
Who everybody thought would take over for Jason Garrett? No, because, I mean, look at the defense from last year to this year. So
right now, it's an all-around embarrassing team. The past 2 performances have been horrible, both offensive and defensive side of the ball. This is a team that looks like they've given up on their coaching staff.
Very frustrating to watch. Very frustrating to watch.
Yeah, last time after the first drive after the Bears game, I can't really recall what happened. I was just so pissed off. I mean, all the 3 and outs, the defense making Trubisky look like Lamar Jackson. The Bears were running the ball hard, were missing tackles, so many missed tackles.
The thing is we had a majority of our players out there at every position.
That's another thing.
Minus few people. I mean, we didn't have LVE, we didn't have Antoine.
The Bears were banged up.
We didn't have Heath. But the Bears were banged up even more with Trevathan out, and then
they lost Roquan Smith in the middle of the game.
Hurt. I mean, they didn't have Taylor Gabriel. They didn't have key players, Prince and Kamara.
The defensive tackle was out of the game.
Didn't have those players, yet they still did good. They still did decent. We had our players, and we still can't do anything.
We want to get some scrub corners out there, other than Fuller, who's a real good cornerback for the Bears.
Other than that,
and we didn't attack him. We're throwing an out route to a linebacker, to a fullback out the backfield. We're throwing him a little fade out the outside. But like on 35, you have Amari Cooper out there. You have Michael Gallup. You have Randall Cobb. It's puzzling right now who we have and what we are as a team.
So, like I said, it goes back to coaching, because I'm going to bring up the Patriots and Texans game. Deshaun Watson, their game plan was to attack Patriots linebackers and safeties, because those are where they're weak. They know they have good corners, and that's what they did. We couldn't do any of that. We couldn't find their weakness and attack that. Cowboys don't ever do that. And it always goes back to coaching, because that's where you game plan. What is their weak point? What do we stop? Trubisky, we need to stop him from running, and we need to attack their corners. Their corners are out. Their linebackers are out. We should have attacked those positions, but we never did.
Those are good points you brought up, and you make a lot of sense. But in my opinion, the number one thing that has happened to this team is they've lost confidence. And they do not. I feel like they don't have the respect for their coach anymore, like they did maybe at the beginning of the season or prior to that. Because Jason Garrett has lost his team. We saw it with Wade Phillips. We've seen it with Wade Phillips, and these two games shows proof that this team is not right mentally. They're not right physically. They're not performing at a level where their talent. They have the talent, but they're not performing at that level, and that comes down to coaching, where coaches are supposed to put the players in their best position to succeed. So right now, we're at a standstill. The team looks pathetic. They got beat down by a so-so team, and they made a quarterback who's been mediocre all season. They made him look like Joe Montana.
Yeah. So let's talk just a little bit about the future. We know Jason Garrett's not going to be there, or at least we hope he won't be there.
He better not be there, because we're going to boycott.
So the only thing is, like you said earlier, we're like half and half. You want to root for the Cowboys, because we'll never root against the Cowboys. As Cowboys fans, you'll never root. But at the same time, you don't want them to win and give Jason Garrett a second opportunity.
Yeah, we're basically stuck in the limit.
I mean, I think that he's done. I think that we have to look forward to a whole overhaul. I mean, we have names like Urban Meyer, Lincoln Riley, the Clemson coach in the mix. So I think that gives us a little bit hope as Cowboys fans. It's just frustrating to watch this
there's
game.
a report out there that Stephen Jones, he spoke to Urban Meyer a week ago or something like that. But I did watch the interview on the Herd where Urban Meyer did say the Cowboys position is like one of the top positions you could ever ask for in sports. So I do believe if he was offered the job, Urban Meyer would take the position. I am a fan of his, what he did in Ohio State and UF. He's a good coach. And I believe he could come in here and help change our demeanor, the style of play. We're just soft. The Cowboys are soft. If you look at teams like the Ravens, the 49ers, their attitude and their demeanor is basically played off of how their coaching staff and their head coaches. They play with that intensity. We do not play with that intensity.
I just don't think Jason Garrett's really a good coach at all. I think there's some people.
He's been 10 years.
Some people are meant to be coaches, and some people aren't. I mean, some people can play good football, but doesn't mean they can be a good coach. And he has not progressed in the 10 years that we've had him.
No, it's been too long.
He's not progressed.
Too long. So we've got to move on from him. We've got to move on from him. We've got to move from our kicking. Our special teams has been horrendous. He's got to get fired. But we're in a limb here.
We have the Rams game coming up, Eagles game coming up, Washington. I mean, we still
somebody
have a chance.
Somebody might win the division at 7-9.
Yeah.
Am I right? 7-9 or maybe 8-8 is going to do it. But this is how bad the NFC East is. And Cowboys and Eagles stink.
Yep. So we'll see. I mean, we still have a chance at the playoffs. Do we think we're going to go far in the playoffs? I'm going to be honest with you, with teams that are like the San Francisco that would come to us if we were to
beat the hell out of us.
I don't think we would do it. But
we can't even beat the Bears.
So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We would love to hear your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, you guys comment below and interact with us. We just started up the channel. We got a few videos now for a few months, and we'd love to know what you guys are feeling and what you guys think.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye.